When you have a child with a disability, there's a tremendous challenge on every parent.
A bus assistant for special needs students is facing more than a dozen felony abuse charges after security video shows her allegedly assaulting a student with autism.
And we were in court this morning as that tape played, and you could hear people cringing and gasping as we watched Monica Burke kick Shiva, call him disgusting, and spray him in the face, as you said, with Lysol.
It crossed me completely. My family was crossed.
This particular case was, I took very personally. I had only a few of the videos from the bus, and I realized I just couldn't believe it. So I had this innocent person. Now, granted, the guy's like 6 foot tall or something, you know, he's big, but he's like a child. And just being treated like that was shocking to me.
So the role that I initially played in the case was that the investigating detective, Mark Cooper, brought it to me. And he's a very experienced detective. And so when he said, "This is really ugly," I knew that it was going to be a very tough case, and I've been a lawyer for a very long time.
When this case came across my desk, I didn't want to watch the video. It was described in the reports, and I couldn't imagine seeing that type of violence.
What really hit home for me later on was when I interviewed the parents.
I don't know if there will be anything more difficult than to see your child suffer like that.
Every morning, they get up and they take care of this child, every aspect of their lives.
I'm pretty sure you know that my son was treated worse than insect. Very poorly.
They make it a point to try to make sure he's washed and got clean clothes because they don't want people to make fun of him. So all the work they're doing to do that, and then this happens.
It was a difficult thing to go through.
We had to listen to what was going on to see if there were words being used that were significant in evidence. So we noticed that the volume of the music was turned up. I recalled watching a clip several times, and it was the Justin Timberlake song, "Can't Stop the Feeling." There's a line in that song that was a romantic song, I guess, that said, "Nowhere to hide when I'm closing in on you." And that line, I still feel sick talking about it.
We were betrayed.
These kind of cases just break your heart.
This case meant more to me in my career than any other case has.
When you look at this case, Shiva is a true victim in this case.
This is why I became a prosecutor. This is why I went to law school.
He can't express himself, and thank God for some video and the original witness that saw this and brought it to everybody's attention, because this could have gone on for a long, long time without being detected.
Our firm had the privilege of representing the Ray family in this matter. And what we were able to do is give a voice to the voiceless, to allow Shiva Ray the opportunity to be heard when he could not speak for himself.
We had seen in just the year that we represented Shiva, his tremendous progress that he was making with Firefly, that autism is treatable, the symptoms are controllable, and the future is extremely bright for families who have autism in it because of organizations like Firefly.
The collaboration with Firefly, I think, was a really critical part of the case.
Without Firefly, the outcome in this case would not have been as successful.
When I met with Firefly the first time, you could really see how much they cared about Shiva. It was palatable.
When I walked into Firefly, I had no idea what it was. Thinking to myself, these people are totally dedicated and trained and educated. They were very impressive to me.
what we learned about Firefly was how involved they are, not just in the building and those four walls at the school, but the amount of advocacy they do beyond the school, the expertise that they lend, the trainings that they provide. This community is so much better because Firefly is a part of it.
If there's any silver lining from a situation that this case presented, is that it creates an awareness.
The critical piece of ABA is its reliance on empirical data. By basing decisions on their data, we can better understand their needs and how they respond to treatment.
It demonstrates that people will no longer be able to hurt a child, as in this case, and get away with it.
In a very large way, yeah, data does give a voice to the voiceless because they can communicate through their behavior and we can track that through the data.
To us, the children that come to Firefly, that are transported in and transported out, they are part of the Firefly family. We are bulldogs when it comes to ensuring the safety and the appropriateness involved when it comes to our population.
Burke was sentenced to 20 months in jail, 5 years of probation, and 360 hours of community service. It was an emotional day in court.
My son was being abused. He would come home bloody, very tired, very low, like he would look down and do this and things like that. Instead of looking around, I always looked at myself saying, oh, maybe I didn't do enough. So that's my message to the parents, is like, look around, not only towards you like I did. And my son was abused for so long, and it's been the most heartbreaking thing for me. So please look around.
Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face. Lights will guide